beings that were Homo erectus walking around on the planet at the time. Why do you think the monoliths were so large? Right? And if you look down into the Grand Canyon, people been bringing this up about, oh man, they done found so-called Egyptian statues in the Grand Canyon. Yes, they have. And yes, they have been there. But what y'all not taking into account, it was just all one landmass, all across the same ley line. It's just that the pyramids on this side didn't catch the impact. I mean, on that side didn't catch the impact of that plutonium bomb. Because we had a big cultural center here in the Western, what you're referring to as the Western world now, right? Because they planted a plutonium bomb 66 billion years ago on your planet, 51 levels beneath the Earth's surface. That's why they got that Area 51 there. That shaft was created by a being named Kingu, right? Who had sex with his mother Tiamat, and they produced an unborn child, Kingu and Tiamat. This was recorded by the ancient Sumerians, right? A Sumer. Sumer, you can see the word summer, right? In association with the sun, in association with the land of Amen-Ra, where the first languages were written down. You're not going to find hieroglyphs nowhere else except for there, right? So when they stuck that plutonium bomb, 51 levels beneath the Earth's surface, it was pyramids, it was monoliths and all that shit. And they wouldn't let Kingu rule on the planet. So Kingu placed a bomb in there and exploded. That's why that canyon right there. But initially, when the Anuna, not the Anunnaki, when the Anuna or the Anutu first came to this planet and started to make deals with the beings that lived in the Balsamic Sea, where you're calling the Bermuda Triangle today, where you keep seeing stuff be disappearing during certain times of the year in the Bermuda Triangle. That's because that's a portal right there. And they be using that portal to time jump and to cross-dimensional travel and to travel to other coordinates on other sides of your local universe, right? And somebody might be out there with their speedboat during the time that this shit open and they go through that portal and they end up in a whole nother planet. They end up in the Badlands like they show you on Predator. I don't know if y'all seen that, but they end up on the Badlands. And he's like, yo, how the fuck I get here? My phone service don't work. Oh, man. And all of a sudden they get ate up by the indigenous creatures. But this took place on your planet. And the planet exploded. And the magma or the heat signature from that plutonium bomb, which is like a nuclear weapon. That's where they get all these nuclear weapons from. It's from Kingu. He's from Pluto. Kingu is from Pluto. Right? Kingu is from Pluto. Kingu is from Pluto. And if you look at Pluto, you see it don't orbit around the sun like the rest of the planets. They didn't stop calling Pluto a planet. And because his goofy ass did that shit, they made his planet stay the fuck out. Like, nigga, fuck your planet. The name of that planet was called Gaga. Like you call this planet Mother Earth, they called their planet Gaga. Lady Gaga. And today you got somebody called Lady Gaga. They spoke a language called Goo Goo. Goo Goo Gaga. That's where that terminology come from. And today when you look on your search engine, listen, it's ran by who? Google. So when he planted that bomb, the heat signature evaporated all of the water in the ocean. And the Anuna, who had a deal with the beings up under the water, sent a distress signal to Anu. And they started bringing water from other planets to this planet. But they said that these beings is real aggressive. That's why you got sharks and piranhas in your water. They didn't give a damn. Like, shit, bring them here. The planet ain't got no water no more. They had to refill your planet up with water so it could have marine life. This is an aquarium. And the people in the water was pissed off. And the reason why they were pissed is because they like, damn, man, we done made a deal with your ass to bring the damn land up out the water. We didn't want the land. They really didn't want the land to come out the water because it'll start bringing surface dwellers. They show you this in the Submariner. Or go watch Wakanda Forever. Because I told you the Luciferians, which is connected to Kingu. Kingu is another name. His name was Luna. He became Luna after he let that bomb off. And you had 13 councils on this planet during this time. I'm taking y'all into some Akashic transmissions of your planet. This is why I be telling y'all to put your feet in the grass. This is why I be telling y'all that. And if the planet sees that you're in alignment with your oversoul, it'll start sending you Akashic channels of what it's recorded over the billions of years that it has been here. So what occurred, listen, when the plutonium bombs went off, they was pissed. Because all of the beings that lived in the water, a lot of that shit got eradicated. Many of them were able to get into that time, into that portal in the Bosmic Sea, which is off the Florida Keys between the Bermuda Triangle and I forgot the other little name of them other little islands, right? But they call that the Bermuda Triangle. Now, if you stick a pin through a globe, it comes out on the other end of the planet in Indonesia. And it's a portal over there too that they're not telling y'all about. You hear me? It's a portal over there as well. But the beings that lived beneath the water, they had to extricate from this planet, right? Because they was given that signal that, like, yo, man, they about to put a plutonium bomb. So at the time that they did all of that, they started bringing water from Neptune. They started bringing water from Uranus. They started bringing water from Meldeck. They started bringing water from another planet that was in your solar system called Vulcan. That's where you get the word. And I know y'all be seeing Vulcan. If you go look on, and I don't care what city you in. If you go look at the sewer tops, that shit say Vulcan. You go to double V's. Says Vulcan. That was the Vulcan Empire. When you put them two words together, you see vampire. I can't make that up. And what do vampires got? Fangs. Vampires have fangs, do they not? They got sharp teeth. So a lot of the marine life that was being bought from Vulcan, it had sharp teeth. And it's like, yo, man, these motherfuckers too aggressive. They started eating up the herbivores. The plant life consuming dinosaurs. And the plant life was complaining, listen, because the plants had to be planted here too. So the distress signal was sent out to another planet because the planets know how to talk to each other just like you and me. See, we want to hold everything to our degree of consciousness. And I keep telling y'all, that you 7.5 million times smaller than your planet. If your planet had the ability, if you have the ability to communicate with one another, what makes you think your damn planet can't communicate with another planet? How short-sighted are you? Right? How arrogant and egotistical we have become to think that our planet doesn't have the ability to express itself and offer an opinion or to offer a perspective or to communicate with anyone else. That's a false awareness. So we got to come up out of the belief. We shift in paradigms. You can't keep yourself stuck in your lower field of consciousness, or you will get bonded to the tetragrammatron, which is an interlocking pentagram and an interlocking hexagram. You will get stuck there. And I could tell when you're stuck there, because every time you say something, I have to perpetually keep correcting you. You know, this just happened with Melly Mel. Shouts out to Melly Mel. Me and Melly Mel were just talking. I just had to keep perpetually, and she kept catching herself too, like, damn, you're right. Yeah, damn. I don't mean to say that. That's because of you stuck in the tetragrammatron, right? Said, does the gravitational pull come from the Earth Star chakra? No, the gravitational field. See, it ain't a pull, it's a field. It's a gravitational field. The gravitational field is keeping all of the molecules and atoms isolated to this location. If you didn't have a gravitational field, everything on this planet would go off into space. You hear me? And it's because you have enough magnetism in your body that's keeping you grounded in that field. I hope that answers your question, right? So the Vulcan Empire, they sent all that they could. The beings from Vega, the Vega star constellation, that's why they call it Las Vegas. That was the first signal that was sent out, was to the Vega star. That's about 4.7 trillion light years away from your planet. The Vega star constellation is the closest, that shit closer to you than Orion is. You hear me? That's where they get the word vegan. See that? That's where they get the word Vegas. All that come from Vega. Y'all following me so far? I'm just connecting some dots for you. I'm connecting some dots. And the beings on Vega, they are plant life. These are living plant beings. And they crossbred their genetics with the beings from Vulcan. This is how you get what they call the Venus flytrap, where it got teeth. All sharp teeth come from the Vulcans. They had to bring that stuff here because your planet got fucked up and the planet didn't die. They had this planet it didn't had a whole bunch of cataclysmic events. And many of you, listen, incarnated and was obliterated during some of these times. That's why you keep coming back here. And that's a whole nother dossier in itself. And this is why I keep repeating, you are not the body and you are not the mind. These are utilities that you utilize in order to interface in this reality. No one has solar standing. You can't have these terms just introduced to you and all of a sudden, Eureka, I got it. No, that shit don't happen like that. That bullshit you learned in school, yeah, you could Eureka and get that bullshit. But not this. This happens over time. Like it tells you in Genesis chapter 2, verse 27. I blew into man the breath of life. And then the man became a living soul. So even man didn't just start up as a living soul. That shit happens over time. And even man don't even start off as a man. He starts off as a child. Or she starts off as a child. And you have to grow into a man or a woman. So things take time, you guys. You hear me? You even gestate in the womb of your mother for 9 months. So just because you're able to understand something or process that information, that don't necessarily mean that you got it. Holla at me in 9 months and I guarantee you, like, oh shit, I forgot that. Oh man, I forgot about that. Oh man, I ain't remember that. It'll be a bunch of that going on. Because you thought, you enchanted yourself and said, oh man, I got that now. No, you just got it right now. But go through a succession of nows and then say, okay, I have it now. You follow what I'm saying? But this planet was 3 times the size that it is now. You looking at a deduced, depleted planet that's covered in iron. You got too many iron particles in your atmosphere that's causing you to oxidize. And there's too much oxygen in your atmosphere. And it's causing you to rust. And it's causing you to deplete the physical aspects of you. And you're starting to die faster. We used to live for thousands of years. And shouts out to the beings in Shambhala and Agartha, or Agathar, as some people will say. Because once you get access into the inner earth, those beings do not age. If you went to the inner earth right now, because they're not going to give you access to it. They'll block your psychic center and send your ass somewhere else. You don't have that much autonomy over your own consciousness. That's why I'm starting to present these things to you guys. These are prerequisites just in case a contingency is needed to be put in place for you. And y'all know some of y'all wonder, like, damn, how you get that? I didn't read that in the holy tablets nowhere. How did he know these things? It's because I was responsible enough to retain that information and to share it with you. And it's a lot more that I had to share with you guys. But you don't ask the right questions. Most of you don't ask questions at all. You just sit there and ponder and contemplate. That's a conditioning. That's a program. You hear me? Y'all screaming for receipts all the time. Show me receipts. Are you kidding me? All this technology you got at the end of your fingertips and you can't pull up a receipt for yourself? That's right, DJ Lemon Line. That's not everything. But those that are responsible have the ability to respond. That's what responsibility means. Meaning, I'm not sitting here waiting on somebody to tell me to do it. I'm just doing it because it's the right thing to do. You know how you would tell your child, clean the kitchen, wash the clothes, fold the clothes, clean the bathroom, clean the window. That's what my mama used to do. Clean the curtains, iron the curtains, iron the pillowcases. And then it got to a point when I got to a certain age, listen, the things just don't happen. By the time I was 10 years old, my mama ain't had to tell me to do shit. I just knew I needed to get up and do it. I'll be like, hey, Mom, can I go to the arcade? No, you can't go to the arcade. You got to take out the trash. I did. You vacuum the floor? Yes, ma'am. Wash your pillowcases. I did. Iron them. I did, mama. You make up your bed? I made up my bed. I cleaned my room. I Windexed the windows yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. Don't you got to go to school? It's the summer, mama. School over with. It's the first day of summer. I need to, can I go? And then it wasn't no, did you do good on your report card? I never had to show my parents my report card, ever. You hear me? That's having the ability to respond. That's what makes you responsible. Being responsible was doing the right things without nobody having to prep you and tell you the right things to do. That's why they have age limits on things and age requirements on things, because they're going to assume, right? And I'm talking about the infrastructure of your governmental policies. And they're going to hold you accountable to the letter of the law of what you understand, whether you understand it or not. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So people always want to get a little sob story when they fuck up. It's like, no, motherfucker, you can read rice to your mouth. You're not in the Special Olympics. You're going to be held accountable. Oh, but my mama didn't tell me this. I grew up this type. Man, don't nobody give a fuck about that. You're going to be held accountable. And you can't say that you haven't been told. Everybody that's in my community, they know that's my saying. Do not say that you have not been told. That's something you can't say when it come to Dr.Ré. All you can do is poke out your lip, catch an attitude, and think of some old bullshit to say and return to. But you can't say that you haven't been told about this great damn time. And your planet that went through all type of shit, and it's still here. It still exists. It never died. It watched you incarnate, leave up out of here, come back, die again, leave, incarnate again. Like, damn, motherfuckers still keep coming back here. And I told y'all, you got 83,495,000 years of incarnation into this planet. You got that many times or that many years to incarnate until by default your soul will be extricated from this field. And you're no longer subjected to existing within the gravitational field of your planet. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So like I was telling you guys yesterday, everybody got, if you're lucky, you got 100 years here. Yes, I'm serious. That's why some of y'all in alignment with this information and it's making sense to you. It's resonating with you like, damn, that shit making sense. Oh man, I'm feeling this shit. Because your ass done been here that many times. The average little goof troop motherfucker that want to see some type of TikTok challenge and look at some old mindless ass videos or some lower level shit that is just some dumb shit, they ain't been here enough. They probably only got 7 to 8 incarnations under their belt. They still fascinated with the taste of a fudgesicle. They'll go half their life not eating a vegetable. They'll eat Oreo cookies for breakfast and swallow it with some Kool-Aid. You hear me? And you're like, damn, why this motherfucker eating so fucked up? Because they never been here before. They fascinated with all this shit. It mean the world to their ass. Because they... You're going to have to be a little... Don't ad-lib. That's another thing. Let me tell y'all, don't ad-lib because I don't know what you're talking about. So don't ad-lib. You said, is that the entire... what you mean is what the entire physical realm? You got to be a little bit more definitive. Or just the planet. I don't know. Are you talking... I don't know what you mean, Shamari. But you are a soul. And I have to keep on driving that point home time and time again to people. Yeah, that's for this planet. And that's in the Holy Tablets too, the Living Soul, chapter 7. Right? Peace and love, beloved. 83,495,000 years. By default, if it take that long for your soul to be educated, existence, not the universe, existence, which supersedes the universe. It's like this motherfucker need this many years. Get your ass out of here. You automatically get extricated up out of here. So when you be seeing certain beings, listen, when you seeing beings that are children and they die haphazardly some type of way, some freak accident, right? Some freak accident has occurred and the child has died. And you're like, damn, man, how that child, that's messed up. Oh, the Lord just wanted them to go. In your little mortal mind, you might be thinking that, but you're not looking at the soul of that being. That soul might have never got educated enough and was able to extricate from here. And they waited to the end of their default setting. And at the end of their default setting, based on the times that they incarnated again and again, not reincarnated, incarnated again and again. Those are two different things. You can't reincarnate. That means that you having the same exact incarnation. That's like a replay. A replay is the same video, like a syndicated show. So when you incarnate the second time, you ain't gonna have the same mama and daddy. When you incarnate the third time, you're not gonna have the same mama and daddy. When you incarnate the fourth time, you're not gonna have the same brother and sister, mother, father, none of that shit. So it's not a reincarnation. It's a new incarnation. You're in the incarnation loop, or you're going through cycles of incarnation. You're on earth so that your soul can be educated about the third dimension. This is a school, a learning center. I don't want to like to call it, I always like to use that word, school. This is a learning center. And by default, you get over 83 million and a half years to get it right. So that the soul could be educated. Some people won't need 83 million years. Some people could get it in 1,000,000 years. Most souls, most souls get it in 1,000,000 years. But a lot of souls don't get it in 1,000,000 years. It take their ass, they like, I need a whole 100 million years. And by default, that's the default setting that you're gonna get kicked the fuck up out of here. It's analogous to when you go to school. They're not gonna let you be in high school at 25. They're gonna put your ass out. Like, look, you little dumb motherfucker, you gotta get out of here. You still ain't learned this shit. No, you don't keep restarting. You're looking at it from a human perspective. You looking at it from you don't keep restarting. You keep gaining more knowledge and education. And you came in here a little late, but that's what I was saying. People that was resonating with a lot of the stories that I was telling, right? He said, and they like, damn, this making sense. It's resonating with you because you've been incarnating on the planet that long. So are there spirit guides amongst us? Yes. You just answered your own question. You got spirit guides that didn't incarnate here. They was like, man, fuck that. I don't want to be a soul. I mean, I don't want to be a fucking human. I'll look over you though. I'll watch out for you and keep an account so you can remember who the fuck I am when you done having fun down there. You go down there and do that bullshit. I ain't going. I'll watch your back though. Says, is it possible to get stuck here? Yeah, you stuck here right now. Somebody keep coming to the people and attempting to get them from being stuck. And over the past 6,000 years, Kingu and his Luciferians, Luna Cipher, Luciferian beings, right? the lunar beings, the lunatics, because they're not Lucifer, they lunatics, right? These lunatics create what they're calling the tetragrammatron. But when y'all looking at tetragrammatrons, y'all thinking of sacred geometry and all that. That's a lie. They have interlocking, binding mechanisms that keep you binded to here or bound to this dimension. You hear me? And you keep cycling back and incarnating again and get stuck in faith and belief, which is a lower frequency than what a 9 ether being is capable of thriving on. Even 6 ether beings could thrive on a 9 ether frequency and evolve into a 9 ether being over incarnations. So the soul becomes educated. So the people that done already came here, let's just say 1,000 times, the shit that they did in them 1,000 times, they ain't gonna need to do it no more. And the more aware of your celestial self you become in each incarnation, the more light that you gather across that time, that timeline, or that within that life stream. And that's why they left those instructions in the Papyrus of Ani. One of the oldest axioms from pre-antiquity. It tells you, spend every day of your life preparing for the afterlife. For in doing so, you will receive access to the keys to eternal life. You hear me? Some people don't do that. They're like, oh shit, man, I just wait till especially after they pass. They're like, damn, I'm not dead. That's the first thing that being said. Shouts out to my sister Denise. May the ancestors be with her. The day after my sister passed, the day after she passed, or the day that she passed, I already seen her, right? I already seen my sister, right? The same day she passed, I went into my pop's altar room. My pop's got a room for his altar. That's right. My pops took my discourse too. My own father. That speaks multitudes. And may my ancestors be with my mother as well. If she was here right now, my mama would be, she'd be in here right now, sending gifts and all that shit. She'd be in the 1089 tech community right now if my mother was here. But I went and laid in my father's altar room. I went to sleep and I woke up in my grandmother's kitchen and my granddaddy seen me right away. Like, hey, Ali, what you doing here? I said, hey, granddaddy, I'm looking for Nisi. Is Nisi here? He's like, hold on. He got on the phone and called her. I turned around. She was right there. She was mystified. She said, how you seeing me right now? I said, I just came to make sure that you made it over okay. And she said, but you're not dead. I said, and neither were you. And we laughed. And she said, I'm not dead. She's like, why do they be telling people they die? You be telling us that we don't die. I want to go back and tell people that they don't die. I said, I know, but you can't. She was like, I know, that's fucked up. And we laughed. We laughed about it. Listen, and this for Mother Edinburgh. Because I done told this story before, and you had said something similar the other day. My sister hadn't been deceased more than 24 hours, and I had that occurrence. You hear me? Time doesn't function in the spiritual universe the same way that it does here. It just doesn't. Y'all be wanting to process shit through y'all brain. When you don't have a brain, you have a body that has a brain, but that's not you. You don't die again. You end up in the same space that you go to when you go to sleep at night. That's called the spiritual universe. Go follow me on YouTube. I broke it all the way down for y'all. all of y'all that's liking this content, go follow me on YouTube. Go watch my videos and go watch my lives. You know what I mean? But a lot of my people that pass, I'll be right there for them as soon as they pass. And that'd be the first thing that be fucking them up is that they can see me. And then I can see them. Said, what is the video called? The physical mind versus the spiritual universe. It's like 3 or 4 different variations of that. I switched the name up a little bit because I go through, it's layers to this shit. You hear people say it's levels? Yeah, it's levels, but it's layers too. Just start watching all those videos. Start watching all the TikTok videos. I had to tell one of my pupils that, like, yo, man, I got over 2,068 videos on my TikTok page. And people still wait for me to come on live. I don't understand that. I'm like, yo, I got a bunch of content up there. We're like, man, when you going live again? Like, nigga, you ain't seen all them videos that's up there? Oh, shit, I don't got time to watch that. I come on TikTok, I be watching y'all and other people live. I'll be on the other side of the wall watching y'all just doing some goofy shit on here. And that time, you ain't got that type of time. This is what I be trying to put forth to people. Watch the video. Watch all of them. The videos, the live recordings. I got a 4-hour live, 4 and 5 hour lives. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stumble across all type of shit like, damn, I'm glad I watched this shit. It's better than watching television. But all that stuff there. And I got to repeat again. And there's no slight at no other YouTube content creators. I got real content on my page. I'm not just talking some bullshit to you. It's real content. It's based on these lives. I just take this shit and clip it up. It ain't a bunch of shared videos on my page, y'all. It's not. You might find 2, maybe 3, maybe. I don't have to do that. I don't have to. Jay out to YouTube yesterday. Shouts out to Yo-Yo. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I put it up there. It's the same name. It's the same exact name. Or to make it even simpler, I changed it to 1089 TV, at 1089 TV. You can Google me, and I'm going to pop up. You put Rudy, I'm going to pop up. You put OrgoniteTEK, I'm going to pop up. You put Raynology, I'm going to pop up. You put 1089 TV, I'm going to pop up. It's not going to be no Wikipedia sidebar or nothing. It's going to just be me. You put that shit in your Google chat bot and it's going to send you right to me. It ain't going to even try to explain that shit. It's going to be like, yo, go ask that nigga. Right? And people be wanting to pull at my ear and pick my brain every fucking day. But like I told you, I got to draw the line now, you guys. And people have to pay for a consultation. You got to. Got to pay for a consultation now, man. It's way too many people. I got 200 people in my community. I got 40 students. Only my students can reach out to me impromptly. And they don't even do that. They be like, yo, doc, I'll be wanting to respect your space. I hear that, y'all. But you better reach out. Especially if you know you need to reach out to me. Because I told y'all about the beings that exist outside the visible spectrum. Said you tripping about Rashad. Oh, Lord, here we go. Another Rashad Jamal motherfucker. What did you know before you came across Rashad Jamal? Answer that for me, Zay Friday. What was you doing before you came across Rashad Jamal? What was you studying before you came across him? Because see, them the type of people he be looking for. The people that don't know nothing about nothing. Because he didn't know nothing about nothing. And I don't know how long he thought that charade was going to stay up. That shit wasn't going to keep going on forever. He the reason why I had to get on TikTok, because he was leading people astray. And what you need to do, Zay Friday, to see why I'm tripping about him, and I'm not trying to get on you, brother, because I just don't want to get this nigga no more light. That's why I posted that shit for the last time. And you can go back 3 years ago, I was saying the same shit I'm saying now about that nigga. Go look up Nature Boy 2.0 and then come back and holler at me. Inbox me after you watch that. And that go for anybody else that got something to say about that, brother. Go watch Nature Boy 2.0 and then spin the block on Dr.Ré. You're going to be like, damn, dog, I ain't even know all of that. And shouts out to that sister that made that damn video. She had to make that shit. Because people, a lot of victims. Say, can you... Yeah, I didn't even call him an agent. I was responding to him calling other people an agent. I just said that nigga don't know what he's talking about. And I tell all my students, the pupil and the TikTok community, stop listening to self-taught niggas. There was a brother in here one time, and he said that his teacher was Sarah Sutton Seti. That shit get an ashe from me. Because he was able to say who his teacher was. And I stamped that. I don't agree with everything Sarah Sutton Seti say, but that don't matter. Sarah Sutton Seti has a teacher. And his teacher has a teacher. You hear me? It's a successional line there. But when you got a goofy ass nigga on here with all these damn crystal chains on that he only paid $8 for, paid $8 for them chains, charging y'all all that damn money like he giving you something. That's fucked up, man. And you lying. You making shit up. You haven't been initiated into shit, nigga. Not even into the GDs or the Vice Lords. Shouts out to the GDs and the VLs. And the BDs or whatever the fuck they got going on in Chicago. Nigga, you ain't been initiated into shit. And if you listen to that video, I say he called himself Rashad Jamal. That's a Muslim name that he gave himself. He did not take a shahada. He didn't. He don't belong to no Muslim sect. He don't speak Arabic. Shut that shit down, my nigga. That shit look cute to people that don't know shit about shit. And he look for those, he's predatorizing those people. This is why I come to people that don't know nothing. And I tell them to ask me questions, just like how you just asked me a question. I implore for people to ask me questions. Telling y'all to go shoot the police and shit like that. Man, please, I would never tell you to do that dumb shit like that. I would never tell people to, please, man. Why you want to do that to people? That's reckless. Making up shit. Then he was pulling from the Holy Tablets, this book right here, written by my Supreme Grand Master teacher, Dr. Melakaza Duck York L., the receiver of this information, which is over 26,000 years of information of stuff that's been laying dormant in your genetics. Not one time did he say that man's name. I went through 200 of his videos, not to listen to this nigga, but just to see if he was going to say the doc's name. And it broke my heart to see that nigga didn't even say his name. And then it wasn't no right knowledge behind nothing he was saying. Now you got a whole bunch of blind ass niggas on here on the TikTok, put 9 ether on their name, calling themselves a chosen one and all that. Then they all ain't even read Matthew chapter 22, verse 14. Ain't even read that shit before. Don't even know what that shit means. And I know it because I asked people the other day about what makes you chosen. Nobody can answer the fucking question. Did they not, y'all? Nobody answered the question. I waited about an hour. People still couldn't get the damn. It was real simple. But people that don't have a teacher have never been corrected. And I implore for people to stay away from people that never had a teacher. Because your teacher, if it's a real good teacher, they're going to correct you when you're wrong. And you can't be right until you're wrong first. You just can't come off the cups and just be right about everything. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. That's how Billy Carson tried to come off. And then he started getting exposed, and people were showing how he was a scammer at one time. I'm not saying he won now, but at one time you was scamming niggas, Billy Carson. You was, my nigga. That ain't even your real name. That's a pseudo name. Just like my name, a pseudo name. Dr.Ré is a moniker. It's a pseudo name. And it's a pseudo name for my author name, Dr. Ani Mseti Rehitet, which is a derivative of both of my sons' name. My sons got Egyptian names, so-called Egyptian. Just to put everything in context. For Brino says, can your purpose to be here alive, be to protect your young and teach? I need more insight. No. When you came here through your mama, was your children alive then? Was they here then? Was they ready for you to teach them when you came out your mama? No, that's not why you came here. You might have came in here late, but the soul incarnates in this realm in order to be educated about the third dimension, so that you don't descend down this far in density any longer. Your whole entity, the totality of who you are, can't even incarnate here. The mechanisms of this creation is too limited for you to thrive and exist here. All it could do is teach you a lesson. He said he said he in the PC with them charges he got. Yeah, did the charges he got some felonious shit. What the nigga ain't do? Pay some tickets or some shit? Child support? I bet you it was some bullshit. I ain't even look up his paperwork, because I know it's some bullshit. I just hate seeing my people get victimized, man. I hate that shit. The ancestors, they blocked my trucking business. They was like, no, nigga, your ass need to be teaching. You don't need to be driving no truck across country. I said, I'm going to put somebody else in the truck. They rolled the price of the gasoline and the diesel. That shit went up crazy as hell. They was like, no, nigga, we said, get out this truck and teach the people. Too many people leading them astray. And you got the ability to respond to this call. And I did respond to it ASAP. Got right on here. Don't believe me? Go look at the bottom of my TikTok page. You will be hard pressed. You will spend the next 6 months trying to make it from the bottom of my page up to where I'm at today. And you could literally see the evolution and the progression of the information I've been disseminating on here. I come with real receipts, meaning that I show my work like a mathematician. That's the receipt. Fuck all that cross-referencing, and you can Google and do all that bullshit yourself. But I get right up here and show you guys, I show my work. And when I show my work, it show you what it's worth. The caveat to that is you can't say that you haven't been told. Your best response will be is, I forgot. Oh, I didn't remember. Oh, I was bullshitting. I was procrastinating. That's this type of shit you're going to say after you come across somebody like me. If that brother took in a whole bunch of crazy motherfuckers, like I said, I don't even want to spend no more time on that. Nature Boy 2.0. Go look that up on YouTube. The same thing for Nature Boy, Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, and who was the other little goofy nigga? I say Young Pharaoh, Brother Polite, Nature Boy, Rashid Jamil. I think that's it. It's the 4 fake wins. And none of them gave a I say to Dr. York. And y'all all fucking parasitically picking and choosing what you want to talk about from the doctrine of right knowledge and not giving that man his credence one time. That's some sucker shit. Tell me I'm lying. But he done. Shouts out to B-Dale and shouts out to Phase 1. That's the next generation from Ramesses Lodge, number 9. Because he tried to call them agents. Right? Even the little young rapping nigga, he ain't did nothing to nobody and you calling him an agent. That nigga wasn't doing nothing but giving your ass props. This just show you how much of a suck ass nigga that is. And when I came on here, I found about 3 or 4 people that said that they was in alignment with that brother. I said, man, I need to talk to him. Get him here quick. They said, oh, we can't. I said, why not? Where he at? Oh, he locked up now. I said, oh, the ancestors then got his ass out of here. They don't want me to talk to this nigga. He was like, how you know that? I was like, nigga, I just told you. Talking about I'm the reincarnation of the ancestors. We are the fucking reincarnation of the ancestors, my nigga. That ain't nothing deep or heavy. That shit just sound deep and heavy to somebody that don't know shit about shit. And like I aforementioned, that's the type of archetype of being or character. Them the type of people that they look for. People that they know don't know shit about shit. And they get you all revved up about your race, which is a human thing. A soul does not have a race. A soul does not have a gender. A soul does not have limbs. A soul does not have children. A soul, it doesn't capitulate into this dimension. That's why you acquire a body. Because a soul doesn't have that. A soul wants to experience what it's like to have a gender. A soul wants to experience what it's like to have arms and legs. A soul wants to experience what it's like to taste something or to see or to hear music or sounds. And it had to drop lower than the density of what it was fashioned in to function and thrive in order to experience it. And it operates on an eternal frequency. So when it comes into this reality, listen, I'm talking about the full physical universe. One lifetime is not enough for a soul. 2 lifetimes is not enough for a soul. A soul is eternal. You can't spend enough time in a body as a soul because you are soul. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. These niggas don't know nothing about that. Most of them are guesstimating and speculating. They have not tapped in. And that's why I had to pop up on the set. Because it was over for that. They like, yo, Baba, you got to stop this, man. We know you want to get your money. We know you want your children to have the best of the best of the best of the best. Hey, we can't let you do that now, man. Too many people, too many souls. Your children are good. They done had you all your fucking life. They done got Dr.Ré to death from your ass. Time to give it to the world. Because it ain't about giving your children shit. It's about teaching them the things that you was never taught and the things that was never said to you. And I done gave my children enough of that. Now all I could tell they ass is don't say that you haven't been told. Don't act like I ain't endow you with enough to go out here and function at the level where you should be having a ruler class mind state. They turn around and listen to zombies. That's on them. You listen to a zombie motherfucker if you want to. You're going to have to fucking spin the block and be like, damn, I fucked up, daddy. I should have listened to you. I started thinking linear, daddy. Should have listened to you. You hear me? But there's people out here that's listening, and they benefiting from the knowledge that's being disseminated from this platform. So for the being that was in here yesterday, I know I done scared your ass up out of here, nigga. He was acting all cool at first, talking about, oh, nigga, you selling salvation. Boy, I got on that nigga ass so fucking hard. How dare you say some dumb shit like that to me? How long we done been on here today? 3 hours? Come on, man. Said raw plants is the diet given by the creator. Do you got a question, Prince of Salem? Don't come in here with that goofy shit. Just because you eating raw plants don't mean that your ass done healed. Just because you eating raw plants, that don't mean that you ain't got no deficits. Because we didn't talk about the vegans. They come from Vega. They got pissed off at the brontosauruses. Listen, that was eating them. Because whether you can accept it or not, plants eat flesh. I'm going to say that one more time. Because I'm sick of, and I'm not saying for you, Prince of Salem, but this Q&A with Dr.Ré. You said you with the fallacies and vanity. Man, shut that shit down. You acting a little too light-skinned. Calm your ass down. Because I told y'all this earlier in the live. People going to start popping in my live and trying to show what they think they know. Nigga, you don't know nothing. Right? Plants eat flesh. I'm going to say it again. Because I see it, and a lot of people be condemning so-called flesh eaters when the plants that you consume and eat flesh. Why you think they got so much life force inside of them? I wonder how. Don't they got roots? Don't them roots thrive in the soil? What also get buried in the soil, y'all? Dead carcasses. Why you think that orange tastes so yummy? Oranges. You don't want to hear that truth. Why you think there's so much life force in the plant? You ever been to a cemetery? Yeah, it make a nigga slither out of here quick. See, it's all cute when you get on somebody that don't know no better. Exactly. Then think about it. It's thinking like a human. That's not thinking like a soul. A soul don't need to consume nothing. A real soul won't even incarnate into this motherfucker. It won't even partake in it. See, it's that degree of solar standing, not inner standing, not overstanding or understanding, solar standing that people don't have because they think that they are human. We call that humanism. I run out of finger and toes. I've been on this for 29 years, and I used to be a raw vegan. I speak from experience, my nigga. That's why I told you to be quiet. I used to be a raw vegan. I started getting sick being that way. The doctor was like, yo, your blood type is not built for you to be doing that. I don't know why people think they can keep doing this. Have you ever ran across a bunch of vegans and you get to see them? I ain't talking about what they're showing you online, but you see the person in person and they have a lot of them be a fucking whole asshole. Like, man, this nigga a piece of shit. Because of the conflicts of the phenotype of the genetics that you carry. And it wasn't meant for you to be doing all of that like that. That's too extreme. You do gotta have some balance. I done been to fucking Africa. Them motherfuckers was eating chicken. I seen a lady that was 86 years old. She looked 56 years old. And she said she eat chicken every day. Veins, the skin, all of that shit. I watched her kill a chicken in front of me and put it in a fucking boiling pot of water to take the feathers off. So cut that crap. I don't give a fuck if you eat plants all your life. One day you still gonna have to leave up out of here. So don't come into my live not trying to have some question and think you about to come in here and teach somebody some shit. Didn't I tell y'all people be trying to come in here like that? Just come in here and ask your questions, my nigga. Because you ain't pouring no libation for your grandmothers. I know you're not. That's why you get pulled in here. I know you don't got no altar set up. I know you're not making no offerings to them. And if it is, you're like, I got these leaves and these lettuce for you. They don't want that shit. They like, nigga, get that salad out of here. Go get me a motherfucking steak, nigga. I want a steak. When it's time to rumble, if your back get against the wall, these vegan ass niggas can't throw them hands. They gonna get their ass whooped. They don't got enough veracity inside of them. Act like that shit gonna prolong your life. That shit gonna deplete your life, nigga. I'm telling you, in other countries, the motherfuckers, the people in Asia, they live 80, 90 years old. Them motherfuckers eating dogs, cats, rats, all type of shit. It's your state of mind. Now, because you stay in a densely populated metropolis, they got a whole bunch of poisons and toxins and shit. Yeah, you should have a plant, not a plant-based, because it shouts out to the soul. When something is plant-based, that don't necessarily mean that it's a plant. That mean, and you're not eating no plants. I don't know nobody to eat plants. I don't. Tell me the fucking plant that you eat. Most of that shit is chemically engineered shit that's based on a plant. I'm going to say that again. That's chemically engineered bullshit that's based on a plant. That don't mean I'm eating a vegan burger. Nigga, just eat a fucking burger. Why I gotta be a fucking vegan? What is that shit made out of? Some extra dendrite, formaldehyde bullshit. It got all of these long ass poisonous words in it. You hear what I'm saying? That's right. Eating fruits that's not in season. You gotta eat shit in season, man. And I tell people about the moringa. Go to my website. I got moringa on deck. Right? They're giving you these anthropomorphic concepts. When one day, I don't care what you eat, you gonna check up out that body one day and not gonna return to it. If you're not praying over your food and you're not showing a sense of gratitude for what you have consumed for that day, then guess what? I don't give a fuck how vegan that shit is. It's gonna fuck you up. You're supposed to be able to change the structure of what you consume to the molecular level. And shouts out to my man Das, my Hindu brother from the ashram. Das used to say you shouldn't eat nothing more than what can fit in the palm of your hands. You should not consume more than what can fit in the palm of your hands. Because the palms of your hands shows you the size of your stomach. And you should thank it that you're able to consume it. When you eat plants and when you eat fruit, did you know that shit is dying in your body? It was alive until it got in your body. Then it started dying. You done pulled the life force from out of that shit. That's why you got so much energy. Everything has to kill in order to feed. And just because you done put yourself in some isolated box and start using these sexy terminologies, that don't make you better than nobody. You still eating flesh too, just like the plants. Y'all remember Little Shop of Horrors? Right? Feed me. Feed me. Feed me, Simo. Feed me all night long. Cause if you feed me more, I can grow big and strong, my nigga. The guy show look like plant food to me. The guy show look like plant food to me. The guy show look like plant food to me. Now let's eat. The plants is eating humans. When y'all go bury your people in the graveyard, look at the trees in the cemetery. Look how much life is thriving out the tree. Look at how much life force is coming out those leaves in the summertime. The flowers that are blind, it should start generating flowers and fruits and nuts and shit. It then pulled that from the life force. That's right, beloved. That's right, 6969. If it wasn't no grocery stores, your ass would be out here with a bow and arrow. You'll be learning how to throw it. You'll be trying to kill a deer like a motherfucker. You got 2 layers of teeth. Right? You got that from a dinosaur called the Dimetrodon. That was the first dinosaur that was capable of changing its the physiology of its body temperature. It could go from cold-blooded to warm-blooded. That's where you got that from. That's where you got your vertebrae from. Anything that has a vertebrae has a reptilian genome. I'm going to say that again. Anything that has a vertebrae has reptilian in it. So every mammal on the land came from a reptile. Why do you think every species on the planet look exactly the same the first 2 weeks in the fetal position? I done did research. I told you I've been on this 29 years, man. I used to be a raw vegan. I did it for 6 months. You hear me? For 6 months. People used to be like, damn, dog, you look sick. My jaws was all sunk in. I was bony as hell. I looked like I looked like a Thriller. I looked like one of the extras on Thriller. My eyes was all sunken in and shit. Niggas be like, yo, dog, you on that shit? I'm like, no, nigga. Like, damn, nigga, why you so bony? What the fuck happened to you? Like, oh, I'm a raw vegan and shit. I had plenty of energy. It was like, no, nigga, you need some protein. I was like, I eat peanut butter. Like, no, nigga, you need more than that, dog. Even my mama, I don't like going to the doctor. My mom like, Bobby, you gonna have to go to the doctor. I don't know what the fuck. You got AIDS? My mama thought I had AIDS at one time. You got AIDS, nigga? What the fuck going on with you? Eating carrots and shit. I'm like, no, mama. When you a raw vegan, listen, you don't eat nothing. And some people need to be like that because they've been eating pork all their damn life. So a lot of these people that's like, I'm plant-based and all that shit. Yeah, you done grew up eating pig. You done grew up eating ham hocks and all that shit. So yeah, I know you thinking like, damn, I've been eating fucked up. So yeah, you might do need to get into a vegetarian diet. Because you grew up eating fucked up foods. I didn't grow up eating none of that. We grew up eating fish. I was from the Nation of Islam. We used to honor both of the Ramadans. So we did a lot of fasting. We ate a lot of fruit, a lot of fish, and a lot of vegetables. Especially fucking vegetarian beans. My pops was a vegetarian bean king. I can't stand vegetarian beans to this day because of that nigga. Shouts out to my pop, right? But for 6 months, I didn't eat nothing. It couldn't be cooked. It couldn't have salt or any seasoning on it. I had to eat it raw. I did that for 6 months. And I can't even stunt. I was at the weakest point in my life when I did that shit. I was real weak. I could feel the weight of the garbage when I used to take the trash out. I didn't never want to pick nothing up. My breathing was different because I started to feel the weight of my body. And I was like, this shit ain't cool. But I still kept doing it anyway. And when I went to the doctor, he told me like, yo, man, hey, I know you trying to be all healthy and all that. Like, you already healthy. You're very healthy. You don't need to do that. That's for people who's obese, or people that grew up with a poor diet. You didn't grow up with a poor diet. And I didn't. My diet never, my mama and pops, they put the right stuff in us. Right? I don't know what ribs taste like. I didn't grow up eating ribs. I didn't grow up eating pork chops. I smell that shit, I get an instant headache. Yeah, we might have ate hot dogs sometimes, but my mama read them ingredients real close, made sure there was no pork in it. We couldn't even drink regular Kool-Aid because it had some type of pork in it. We had to get the fake Kool-Aid. You hear me? Now, fruitarian is all right. I did fruitarian. I might have did that for about 3 years. And I started getting that was when I was on the smoothie kick. Yeah, Breakthrough know what I'm talking about. That Flavor Aid. Yep. Had to get Flavor Aid. My homies would come spend the night over my house. They'd be like, man, I ain't spending the night over here no more. Y'all be eating some bullshit over here. That nigga got that Flavor Aid and shit. Yeah. And like I said, I ain't saying that it's not the best. You might have grew up eating fucked up. So you need to have that plant-based. But people talk about, oh, I'm plant-based. Like that shit gonna send them to heaven or some shit. You still eating fucking flesh. Those plants that you eating are eating flesh. So by proxy, you eating flesh. And you're not even acknowledging that shit, but you can dib at somebody else. Even the fucking people that's eating the flesh beings, those animals is eating the plants too. Yeah, it does. Especially if you're eating it in large quantities. Let me tell you like this. I still eat meat. I don't eat no pork. I don't eat a lot of beef. And I don't eat a lot of chicken either. But I eat once a day if I eat it all. And I'm all right. I'm Gucci. You hear me? And like I said, if it's working for you, that's good. If you grew up eating pork chops and pork bacon and all that shit, yeah, your ass you might need that shit. That's why you're doing it in the first place, because you know you was eating fucked up. I never had a McRib sandwich. We couldn't eat at McDonald's. We couldn't eat at Popeyes and churches. That shit had pork in the grease. So I grew up a certain type of way. I didn't grow up like a lot of you niggas. I never sat on Santa Claus' lap. I didn't go so I didn't do none of that. So I missed that. I missed that shit. That's why I'm on the shit that I'm on now. Right? Say, what time of the day do you eat? Sometimes I don't even eat. The one thing I do is I take my moringa. I take my moringa and I drink my water. Right? And if I do eat a meal, I eat once a day and I make sure it's not more than what fit in my hand. You hear me? That's some American shit. That's some marketing. That's some shit that's marketed to y'all ass. Because when I go to Africa, the motherfuckers is eating chicken. They and they living to be 90 years old, 100 years old. That lady was laughing at my ass. I was like, y'all not vegans? It was like, what's a vegan? No, we don't need to do that. You Americans talking about you do not eat no meat. You stuff. Ah. You know how they be like, ah. I said, how old are you, Miss Lady? She said, I'm 86. She grabbed that chicken by the fucking head and whopped that nigga head off. She had the strength of a lion. 86 years old. I thought she was about to say 56. The lady was 86. And they don't eat all damn day. Right? You got to know you. And my whole point of all of that, like I said, I don't knock it. But don't knock nobody else that ain't doing what the fuck you doing. Because you ain't got that shit figured out either. That ain't going to help you address them deficits that you need to address. If you got some healing that need to be done, going plant-based and vegan ain't going to compensate for the healing that you still need to do. Because most niggas that do be plant-based and all that, and they be attacking people, I'm plant-based. Like they about to grow wings and fly to heaven or some goofy shit. You still got to die too, nigga. You got to leave about that body like everybody else. And that's why I was saying that, because the being came in here, and I tell people, leave a question in my comment section. Don't come in here trying to teach. Go to your own fucking page and go teach on your shit. Don't come in here thinking you about to turn people on to some shit. I've been on this shit 29 years. I will dance circles around your ass and make it rain in this bitch. And I ain't talking about like in a strip club either. They just come in here and just start teaching. Thinking they teaching. Thinking you about to come in here and tell me something. Nigga, I sit in the elder's seat. And the reason why you're getting pulled in here, because it's something you're not doing for somebody that done already passed. That's why you're getting pulled in here. With your plant-based ass. Put that little plant-based shit up on the altar and watch how pissed off your dealie the party get with you. How about that? No couth. How you gonna be plant-based? He says, you talking about me? No, I don't even know you. I don't even see your face. I don't know who you are. I don't know you at the rate I know Red Rider. Right? A Mother Eating Bird. I don't know who you are. But a hit dog gonna holler, and I wasn't talking to you. It was somebody else. They done been gone up out the room. Right? Trying to make that mean something. Didn't know what the hell we was talking about. Didn't know what we was talking about. He just seen this shit up there. And it was like, oh yeah, I know what they talking about. Put a 9 in the comments section, you guys. if you think you would hear that type of shit that I just dropped. Right? Because I had some beef tips last night and some rice. My wife made that shit for me. She's like, here, you need to eat something. Because I didn't eat. And I made me a little bowl of that. I like, shit, this is enough of it right here. Right? But the shit I dropped on y'all, do you think that these people do you think they know that shit? Do you think everything that I dropped on y'all earlier had anything to do about what I consume or what I eat? Fuck no. Should you be eating meat all day? Fuck no. Should you be eating pork? No. Should you just have a carnivore diet? No, I never said that. But not one time did I look to condemn you for what you consuming. Not one time did that come up in conversation. People come in here and they see vegan on the thing and think that they assume to know. You don't even know shit. And I know you don't. You are not Dr.Ré. And I'm not, you know what I mean? You're not. You don't know nothing about none of the shit we done covered in here. You just jump right on in here and just, let me go ahead and tell these niggas what time it is. Let me show them what I know. Don't nobody give a fuck what you know. If you getting pulled in here because you got somebody that's prompted you to be here, and it ain't the TikTok algorithm. You got somebody in the afterlife who you haven't been looking out for, who looked out for you. You owe them a debt of gratitude. They're malnourished. They still got them dusty ass clothes that y'all buried them in. They're trapped in purgatory. Some of them are trapped in this dimension, looking for a portal to get out of here, and they need somebody to build one for them. And you might be the only one that could do it with your woke ass. And your woke ass be too scared and too spooky. Ooh, I don't want to do that. The Asians do it. Shouts out to my Oriental people. That go for the Vietnamese. That go for the Laos. That go for the Philippines. See, I got a roach on the wall. I don't see no roach on the wall. That's some bullshit. Get the hell up out of here, man. Let me just go ahead and help you out. Yeah. And you call yourself a divine healer. You following more people that follow you. Divine healer, my ass. I'm going to just mute your ass. Get your sucker ass out of here. You scared to show your face, but you a divine healer. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nothing divine about it. You following 9 times the amount of people that's following you. That means you ain't got shit to say. All you had to do was ask your question. And see, it's people like that that really owe. You owe. And see, the sad part about it with a lot of these type of beings is that my own mother will share her offerings with your grandmother. You embarrassing them. My own family members are sharing the offerings, listen, that I put on my altar for them with your people. And you got the litigated gall to come in here and look to disrespect me. It don't matter if he was an agent or not. I'm just showing you to the degree. Because rather they an agent or they not an agent. The one nigga that came in here talking all that plant-based shit, that shit go for him too. You embarrassing your people. That's why I got to keep telling y'all, like, yo, if you've been bought into my life, it's a great chance. It was three type of beings that bring you in here. Your own oversoul, because you're not in alignment with your oversoul. If it wasn't your oversoul, it's somebody from the afterlife that loves you, that wants you here. Or it's a spirit guide that's like, damn, this nigga not listening to his oversoul. He not listening to his dearly departed. So the spirit guide try to intervene, and you still ain't listening. So they bring you in here, and you still ain't listening. But you want somebody to empathize with what you're going through. They the ones making you go through that shit because you're not listening. You hear me? That's on you. But that's the other side of that shit. My mama shared them offerings with your grandmamas and your granddaddies and your great grandmamas. And she gotta hear their grievances. And then my mama bring them grievances to me. Say, Bobby, you gotta talk to these people. Keep talking about that altar, Baba. I don't even be wanting to go in on that shit half the time. And they're like, nah, Bobby, you got to. I'm looking out for that boy's so-and-so. I'm looking out for that girl's great-grandmama. She don't even know all of the shit she done went through. People don't even give a fuck. They don't even give a fuck of what it took for them to be here. That's what stopped you from listening. Listen what I'm saying. This is what stopped you in the next incarnation from incarnating into a better situation in the next life. They be like, man, this motherfucker, man, he ain't pouring no libations. He ain't pouring no offerings. He ain't made no offerings. You knew about that shit and you still didn't do it? No, we don't want you in our bloodline. Go over there to Rwanda and take part in the conflicts that they got going over there. They'll make your ass incarnate in the middle of a conflict. So when you see people getting tortured and shit going on with them, don't over empathize for those people. You don't know what the fuck they did in their last life to put them in a situation in this life. That's called solar standing. You hear me? And this coming from somebody, listen, I actually died in this lifetime. I don't even belong to this timeline. I've never told nobody that before, but I don't even belong to this timeline. That's how I got that access. But I was already on that type of time when I was extricated from my body. I was already meditating. My shit was already in the line. All the shit I be telling y'all to do now, I was doing all of that when I ensued my car accident. When they found the car, they said, "How is this nigga alive? He should be dead." There ain't no way you should have survived that. And I opened the car door. They said, "How did you do that?" I seen Pata the whole time. Pata was with me. And we're going to go into that in Raynology 102. And we are continuing in the science of the natural. But people are not ready for shit on that level. They just not. Y'all still want to be a human. You don't even acknowledge the spirit that you are. You acknowledge the human aspects of who. That's where you're stuck at. But the beings will say, "Oh man, how we get stuck here?" That's how people get stuck here. You desire to be a human. It's desire that keeps people stuck here. Anybody else? Any other questions? I want to hear the people that got questions. You want to talk to me one-on-one? Consultations available on my website. Consultations on the website. Because rather you can accept that or not. How do we open the portal for our loved ones? Yeah, you do that by you have to build an altar for them. You have to build an altar for them. I show people how to do that too that belong to our community. They have to pay for it, of course. You got to take my discourse. Because a lot of y'all got altars, but that shit on the dial-up connection. I know people that had altars for years. And when they take my discourse, it be like 7 or 8 things they never knew to do. They like, "Damn, man, I thought I really knew what I was doing." He said that altar could be in your mind. Yeah, you go ahead and play that goofy shit if you want to. It sure can be in your mind. But that shit don't get no ashe. Especially if you owe a debt of gratitude. I know a few people that said some shit like that until they took my discourse. And then they recanted. They was like, "Yo, man, I was fucked up for saying that, man. Forgive me. I didn't realize it," until people pulled up on them in real time and showed them and was telling them thank you through their lucid dreams that they started having. Because before then, they wasn't even dreaming. I know what I'm talking about. I've been stamped by a very high Palo priest that come from generations of spiritual practitioners from the Congo. So, and that's something I didn't even know that I was in alignment with. So I don't care. Like I said, I'm not here to over convince nobody. You feel that shit working for you, you stay on that little dial-up connection. I put people on a broadband connection. You definitely feel the difference. My first student, Mama Drina, she from New Orleans. She had 3 altars when I met her. She belonged to the Abatala house. She'd been initiated into Ifa and all that shit. And she'll tell you, man, I used the altar Dr.Ré. I used the one I got from his discourse more than she used that one more than the other ones. She said this shit work a lot better. And they do. Because she knew who her mother was. You speculating on any other spirit that you didn't experience while they was in flesh and blood. And I'm going to leave that at that. How do we open the portals? How does it feel to stargaze? Open up your eyes. Says it true, you could create, man, you could create everything in your mind. You could create a picture right now. Close your eyes and imagine Michael Jordan sitting on top of a white Ferrari with the number 9s on, all white. The second I finished saying all white, your mind did it just like that. But when you open up your eyes, it's not in this reality. You want that to configure over in this reality, you're going to have to get a pen, some paper, some crayons, right? You're going to have to get a piece of canvas paper that's not white. It got to be off-white, like this wall back here, so that you could draw the color white. And it's going to take you some time to illustrate what it took your mind to do within the 10th of a nanosecond. So maybe you're picking up when I'm putting down when I'm saying, that ain't enough just to have an altar in your mind. That ain't enough. This also creates structure for your ability to perform rituals in your life. Because once you got that station established in your home, now you got a home with a strong foundation. Now you got a home that will negate negative forces from impeding your domicile. They'll avoid your domicile altogether. They won't even come into your fucking house. Like, whoa, shit, I'm good. So many people just stand at the door. I be trying to tell my little nice ass son, stop trying to let niggas in our house. I want to have company. Like, may sound like a little biatch. By the time I was in high school, I didn't want niggas in my house. Right? Right? They stand at the door like, no, I'm good right here, dog. I remember one time I heard a little nigga like, yo, man, what the fuck your dad on? He on some other shit. They seen that altar. You hear me? People get uncomfortable, and that's good. I want your ass to get uncomfortable. Like, damn, man, shit, let me get out of here. Oh, I'm going to go wait outside. Some of my Mexican brothers and sisters, they'll come over here, and they'll see my altar, and they'll bend at my altar and say a prayer. And ask, can they light a candle? Because that shit, like I said, it's just the niggas in America that don't do that shit. We the only ones that don't do it. Shouts out to my Haitians, Sapa say to the Zopam, right? Why you think they never been conquered? That's why. They never stopped venerating their ancestors. They always made their libations. They done did it for enough generations that the ones today don't have to do it. They come right here to America and they shoot right past your ass, right fast. Same thing for the Africans. They come over here, man, they've been venerating for generations. They come over here and shoot right past your ass. Same thing for my Oriental brothers and sisters. They come over here and they shoot right past your ass. You thinking that the white man giving them some type of pass. No, that's their ancestors giving them some type of pass, giving them some type of favor. Because they stayed dedicated and devoted to them. Half of y'all don't even know your daddy's side of the family. See what's happening here? This is why that's why you don't have a stable foundation. That's why you don't got a sense of stability. That's why you got that void, that lack of fulfillment in your life. Because you're not connected to those whose blood coursing through your veins. And every time you say fuck my daddy or fuck my mama, you're saying fuck yourself. I don't care how bad they was or how unplaced they was. You still cursing yourself. And that's what a generational curse is. It's to curse those progenitors that came before you. That's called a generational curse. You hear me? People be saying stuff out of context. You automatically gonna speak out of context when your ass only speak English. And you don't even speak English. You speak grimoire. You call it grammar. The Latin word is grimoire. You hear me? Shouts out to the new hood yogi, man. Y'all follow my man, the new hood yogi. He said every time he come in here, I'm saying some real ass shit. Hey, that's all I know to say, man. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for people. People be wanting shit sugarcoated, and they want you to. The women want you to simp for them. The dudes want you to pamper them. They want to be coddled and shit. Like, nah, man, we not doing that here. Mm-mm. You talking to somebody who's operating from the soul. I'm not operating from the flesh. You be around me for 24 hours, you'll be like, damn, nigga, when do you sleep? Damn, nigga, when do you eat? Damn, nigga, you gonna drink something? I'm tired. I need to lay down. I had your ass going in circles. Like, God damn, this nigga a soul for real. I turn around like, nigga, you a soul too. I start pulling the thoughts out of your fucking head. And I ain't saying this shit just to be saying it, y'all. People walk with me. A lot of people don't know that. But most of the people that's in here right now, they already know me. Some of them have been to my house. Many of them come to my events that we have. They done been hit with the staff. They done took my discourse. They done set altars up in their homes. People that came to visit them. Shouts out to my moderator, Melly Mail. I got to tell Melly Mail testimony. Right? Her daddy came through the 7-day candle. I always tell people that. He came through the candle. And she's not the only one. She's just the only one from TikTok. She's the first one from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Her daddy whole face. I mean, the outline of his beard and everything. The glasses the nigga had on, his hairline, all that shit was in the candle. We still got the picture posted in the AAA group. We still got it ain't going nowhere. That's the receipt of receipts. She called me crying, Dr.Ré. Oh, Mel, I miss you, Mel. You're like, Dr.Ré, why did this happen? I said, ask him. That's your daddy. That ain't mine. I said, that's your daddy. She's like, how come my mother didn't do it? I said, you need to go to your altar tonight and ask your mama how come she didn't do it. How come she ain't come through the candle? Guess what happened the next day, y'all? Her mama came through the candle. Am I lying, Tasha? Tasha in that group. She's seen it. Then after that, she wrote something in cursive on the candle, right? And how Mel said it, that was and in a special font. I can't make that up. I can't make it up. All I can do is keep propagating my discourse to people and tell you to take it. Because it didn't start with her. It happened with another sister by the name of Tiffany Reese. Shouts out to Tiffany Reese. I don't know where you at, Tiffany, but shouts out to you. Tiffany Reese. She took my discourse. She took my discourse. I took her discourse. Right? She called me the same type of way, crying. I'm like, hello? She was like, hey, what's up, brother Ali? That's my name, Ali. I ain't have no moniker then. She was like, I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, just give me a minute. Please, don't hang up. Bear with me. She was crying. I said, is everything okay? She said, I did everything that you said with the altar. And she said, my daddy. She showed me the picture. That nigga whole fucking face, his shoulders, everything was in the candle. To show her that she was making a real connection to him. And like I keep telling you guys, when you want to make a real spiritual connection, start with your own family, man. It's not a speculative connection. It's not a guesstimation. You're not doing guesswork when you're making that connection. It's for real because you experienced them while they was here. Stop trying to connect to some spooky shit that you didn't see. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you that. I'm not here to play with you. I went through the same shit. And I'll be doing you a fucking disservice not to tell you, man. My people over there right now taking care of most of y'all people. They sharing their offerings. They sharing their plates. They sharing their ancestor money with a lot of y'all grandmamas and great grandmamas, and in some cases your mamas and daddies. And they wondering how come you ain't doing that shit for them. That's what they wondering. They like, damn, man, why this motherfucker not doing nothing for me? You trying to sound deep and heavy and shit. Everybody be trying to sound deep and heavy. Them the people that get drawn right to me. Your people bring, like, man, go get over there to that nigga. I'm like, damn, why this nigga shit keep popping up? I keep popping up because they coursing through your veins. You're not acknowledging them. You're not taking the promptings from your own oversoul. You're not taking the promptings from your dearly departed. And you damn sure ain't taking the promptings from your spirit guides. Right? So they send your ass in here. Say, you need to listen to this man. And join his community. Because I used to just get his shit away for free. But what I come to find out, this was years ago, a lot of people was into witchcraft. And they was putting spells on people and using my techniques as a catalyst to suppress others. And that's not what this shit is for. It's for you to connect to your own dearly departed, not to be fucking over people in the realm of the living. So I had to recalibrate and switch everything the fuck up and start charging people and put a vetting process to it. And that made a lot of people fall back. But this shit is for real. It is not a game. I run out of space with the testimonies that I get from people that's under my studentship. I got a lot of testimonies. I don't throw that shit in nobody's face. I keep that shit sacred to protect the integrity of what it is that I built here. And because your ass too blind to see, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Somebody granddaddy came into my dream one day and said, hey, let me cut your grass for you. I'm saying, so my grass already cut. Let me do it though. Like, I don't know you, sir. They be trying to get some favor. Because my people looking out. They looking out for your people. And I'm talking to the people that they doing it. They can't help it. They like, man, damn, Ali, you be going in hard for us. I go in hard for mine. I'm going to pour that libation every day, every morning. I can't even water my plants for the next 3 days. I got 8 plants in the house. All my plants is filled up with libations. Every single one of them. I got to take it outside and pour my libation outside now. Because of the amount of libations I done poured since Sunday. My students don't even have no room to put nothing else on their altar, on the offering station. They fill that shit up to the brim. Cakes, 2 or 3 plates, 2 or 3 bowls of fruit, beer, wine, cigarettes, whatever they loved. All up there. And those people that stay at it, they watch their life change around for the better. That's why it's called an altar. Because it's to change things. Change the trajectory of what was already preordained for you. You could change the shape of your destiny by doing this stuff. You will start being around better people. You will start keeping better company. You will start thinking better thoughts about yourself. You will start becoming an impact to the people in your life. You will start becoming a positive influence to the people in your life. And those that won't allow you to do that, that means they on some bullshit. And you will have the discernment to see that shit too. But like I told y'all, Matthew 22, verse 14. Many are called, but few are chosen. You keep hearing everybody, chosen one, the chosen one. I'm only talking to the chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. Very few are chosen. And the reason why they're chosen, tell them why they're chosen, y'all. Tell it in the comments section. Tell them why they chosen, James Wilson. That's right, Lemon Line. They chose themselves. You got to choose yourself. Fuck what your mama doing. Fuck what your daddy doing. Fuck what your brother doing. Fuck what your sister doing. Fuck what your boo thing, your wife, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend is doing. You got to choose you. That's what makes you a chosen one. So you going to answer the call. Oh, let me wait. I got to wait on my mama. I gotta go wait on my girlfriend. My baby mama gotta come with me. Nah. It's only room for one in your body. You hear me? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let's get a 9 in the comments section. You can pick up what I'm putting down. Y'all tap that screen. Y'all tap that screen, man. Sometimes I'll be wanting to give up on y'all ass. My divine mother, Sekhmet. Thank you, Sekhmet. Sekhmet told me, like, Baba, don't give up on them people. They need you. Ain't nobody, the devil was waiting for me to say that. Like, give up on these people. I said, I don't give up on them. They giving up on themselves. Like, no, it's somebody that needs you, Baba. They tell me, if I could bring one person, will you keep going? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'll keep going. Don't you worry about it, Baba. Y'all have no idea how much the the Luciferians, the Rothschild family, the motherfuckers that already came to me. They didn't attempt to convince, they didn't offer me all type of bullshit to stop doing what I'm doing. They don't want me to influence y'all. For real. They hate that shit. I said, how dare you try to undermine the integrity? If you don't watch all them fucking videos, you think I'm about to tell you yes, motherfucker? I ain't no sucker. How you gonna watch all them videos and call me very inspiring and tell me to turn my back on my people? Man, get the fuck out of here. How dare you? And all of a sudden, my bank account started getting all fucked up. I just got that shit straight. Somebody, it had already happened to a few people on here. They try to make you homeless. They try to put you in a position where you just, out in the street and they send somebody and stick you with a needle. I done seen all that dumb shit. And they didn't already try to take me up out of here before. That shit didn't happen before. It didn't work. I'm protected. And it was a ramification for them doing that shit. They like, whoa, hold on. We gotta let's try to recruit this nigga. We gotta try to recruit him. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck that you a vegan. That's not going to excuse you not hearing the message that the fuck I'm telling you. Because when you end up, your ass going to still end up at my mama door, begging for some food, begging for some offerings, begging for some libations. Oh, I'm a vegan. Nigga, that ain't going to give you no salvation. Oh, I'm plant-based. That's cute. You still got to leave out your body. And you're going to be starving like a motherfucker. Starving like Marvin. You hear me? This is some real shit that I'm telling y'all. And shouts out to DRs. DRs always having a, that's my advanced, she one of my advanced students. She was already on one when she came to me. I just accelerated that shit indeed. And I accelerate that shit. And wherever you at, once I hit your ass with this staff, it's over with. I told you, I'm here to wake up that lion in you. I ain't trying to hold your ass back. I want to see your ass fly. He said that was the first plant-based Arab I ever seen. Yeah, and I ain't got nothing against people. I ain't got nothing against people that want to be plant-based. I ain't got it. Just don't condemn people with that shit. Like you special. Don't act like you ain't grew up sucking on ham hocks and pork chop bones and eating McRibs at McDonald's. That's why you go so extreme. You know you've been eating fucked up all your life. Say that. Don't condemn other people from where they at in their journey. That's not cool. Because then you're going to have to come across Baba Rudy. And I'm going to get all on your ass. Like P. Diddy at one of his freak-offs. Pause. But I'm going to get on you. You hear me? Then I ask, hey, how long you been on your journey? Oh, shit, about 7 years. Yeah, you need to take several seats. You got a lot to learn. It's a lot of healing that needs to be done. You don't got no discernment. Most of those people don't know how to drop knowledge on people either. That's why they condemn you, because they don't know how to, they don't got that, they don't got that savoir faire that I got. They're not in tune with Nawabu. You hear me? What you owe. Some of y'all be too embarrassed to leave a hot plate up there. Like, I don't want to leave no hot plate up there. That's crazy. You need to eat your food. Some goofy person came in the line the other day. It's like, yeah, you should eat the food. No, you're not. That's disrespectful. If you had your mother, I like giving my examples. If you had a table full of people, would you just start eating off their fucking plate after you made it for them? No. And no, they can't eat the fucking food. They pull the energy from that food. And it capitulates into a form of a feeding source for them to keep them nourished, because they don't got enough consciousness to register in the spiritual dimension. They're closer to this dimension after they done left their body. Go ask the Asians. I go into the Asian store. They got ancestor money. Listen, they got ancestor Game Boys, ancestral PlayStations, ancestral flat screen TVs that you can send over to the afterlife. Suits, shoes, dresses. I didn't visit the afterlife. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. October 29th to November the 3rd. That's when the veil is the most thinnest. That's when you can visit these people. And if you woke like you say you are, go see their ass during that time and ask them about me. The first thing they gonna tell you is you better listen to that boy. That's what your elders gonna say. You better listen to that young man. You don't know how much ranking that boy got over here. Say, why I didn't stay there? Because if I did, you wouldn't have heard nothing I just said, Angel Simmons, would you? And I did stay there. My sister called me back into existence. Somebody got it. Somebody has to carry the fair portion. It just so happened to be me. Right? It just so happened to be me. And that testimony is real powerful. I don't even feel like y'all got to go through my old videos. I done told that story 3 or 4 times. I don't feel like going through it no more. Y'all got to start watching my videos, man. I got over 2,068 videos, man. All the stuff I'm talking about and already made reference to it. I just did 4 lives on this shit. 2,068 videos on my page. It's all me. It ain't nobody else. Over 1.5 million views at this point. Over a million, excuse me, over 1.5 million views. I only got 30,000 followers because they shadow banned the shit out of me. It should be 300. It should be at least 1,000 people in this live hearing what I'm saying. They suppressing this shit out this live. They don't want people hearing this. And not to mention the spooky little scary people that's on the other side of this live that's just watching from outside the wall. Because it's a lot of them too. And TikTok tell on you. They tell me how many people viewing the live. I come off here and be like, yeah, it's only 50 people in here, but it's going to be like, yeah, 4.7 thousand people watched your live. They stayed for an average of 2.5 hours. I'm like, damn, I only seen 50 or 60 people in here. Yeah, it was 3,000 people that watched your live. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Well, I didn't see none of no people in here. That's because they be on the other side of the wall. See, you try to share the live 8 times. Yeah, they don't be wanting nobody to come in. Then they like, man, shit, don't let it. We need to suppress these people. They need you under mind control. And for the being, I got on his ass already, but I was saying it 3rd time. Talk about I'm selling salvation. Have I asked y'all for a donation? Have I asked anybody in the tech community for a donation? I ain't asked you for shit. I asked you to purchase my products, but I don't ask you for shit. I don't say, hey, cash at me. I don't do none of that goofy shit. And my community supports me already, y'all. They already support me. I'm on here 4 or 5 hours. Right? I'm on here 4 or 5 hours, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I got events. You come out to my events. Yes, it costs money. You think them people let me hold that event in them damn conference rooms for free? Yes, you got to pay to be there. Oh, why can't you just give me a shirt, a hat, and a pyramid? Somebody literally had the nerve to ask me that shit one time. Hey, man, can't you just give me a shirt and a hat? No, you overgrown ass nigga. How the hell I'm going to give you something you ain't even gave yourself? How dare you? This shit cost me money. Thank you, beloved. Y'all come join us in Atlanta. March the 7th for the Raynology 102. And we're going to go through the second half of this, right? We're going to go through the second half. And we done already went through the pi at 314. We're going to start dealing with Imhotep. That's 316. That's Raynology 102. That's dealing in the solar plexus area and Sekhmet, right? Then we going into Het Heru. That's on Sunday. That's the heart plexus. It's about to get real now, y'all. We done dealt with the physical dimension the first 3 years. The next 3 years, we about to be dealing with, the higher consciousness. We're going into the conscious mind now. No more playing with this shit with y'all. We done already dealt with the memory. Now we coming into the conscious mind, then we going into the oversoul. And people not even ready for that shit. Y'all still think you a human. Too many of you have already missed too many seminars. This is our 12th event. Many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. And I don't care about how many people there. It could be 2 people there. And I'm a put I'ma still put it on like I do on this TikTok live. We go all the way to fuck in. I put the AAA workshop. Shouts out to the people that took my discourse and it came out to the AAA workshop. One workshop, I had 4 people there. And it's even better when it's only about 4 or 5 people. They left that shit so full. And all of them, I want to say except one, that's the sister. Oh, Precious. I forgot your real name. I know your real name, but I ain't gonna say it on here. She was the only one that was stubborn. She was like, I don't want to set up my altar like that. She had already been attacked. Somebody had already attacked her ass. And I'm like, yo, you don't want to listen? I'm like, okay. But the other 3 people that came to my ancestral altar, because I do a workshop too for y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? All of them is thriving. That go for Keith, Nate Cherry. Shouts out to Nate the Great. I call him Nate the Great. Shouts out to Nate the Great. And of course, Rico Rodriguez. All of them they're on an incline. They're on an ascension path. Since the time they took that discourse. And look at that, y'all. It's almost been a year already. Look at how far you come. So fast. Because see, when you come to the AAA workshop, you're going to get accelerated all in one sitting. Some people take 2 or 3 years to make it to that point. You come to the workshop, you get sped up. Shit about to be fast for your ass. So hold the fuck on. That's going to be in July. July 26 and 27. Some telling me I got to do 2 days. But y'all better come. Because after that, I'm taking my discourse up again. Because Tiffany Reese, the first sister that her daddy showed up in the 7-day candle. When she was finished crying and showing me the picture, she said I should be charging people $1,500 for this. She's like, what this shit you showing? They need to pay you $1,500. Whoever you show this to. This ain't no bullshit. People be mystified how I didn't even know this shit. It's on the website, beloved. San Antonio, Texas. Tickets is available now. Just like it was for the one we doing in Atlanta. I've been telling people about the one in Atlanta since last August. Now here we are real close to it. And it's like, hey, man, y'all got to realize they be shadow banning me. Some of y'all say, oh, he'll pop across my FYP again. Bullshit, I will. They going to make sure I don't. You better lock in, hit the note. You can hit the notification bell and everything. They still won't even send that shit to you. Telling you, you got to come check in with me. Might as well just join the community. That's why I say all these things. I don't be saying it for nothing, y'all. I'm beyond debate. These niggas be wanting to debate me. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm going up against the Dajjal. You know what I'm saying? You trying to challenge me and I'm challenging the Illuminati. I'm challenging the Rothschild family. I'm challenging the motherfucking archons and the demonic forces in real time. Your goofy ass trying to challenge me about eating string beans. You better sit your stupid ass down somewhere and go get that shit to your grandmama. She gonna kick that shit off the altar. Like, nigga, I need a fucking leg of lamb, nigga. Leg of lamb, some asparagus, and 2 potatoes, motherfucker. And a glass of wine. Because it tell you right in the Bible. Right in the beginning. God said, Cain and Abel, I need you to give me your best offering. Don't just give me an offering. Give me your best offering. You see this water right here I got in my hand? It's a $5 bottle of water. Most of this about to go to my ancestors. I'm about to pour some libations when I get off of here. And this shit going to them, man. I put Wagyu steaks on my altar. Not one of them joints, 2 of them. 2 big bowls of fruit. You hear me? And I'm not saying that to be braggadocious. I'm telling you, I'm giving them my best offerings. I don't got no bullet holes in me. My children in college, my daughter ain't got no damn kids. She ain't been ran through. My son ain't got children all over the goddamn place. Now my youngest boy, I gotta be scratching my head with him. But that's because of that's because he the youngest. His mama coddled the shit out of his ass. But even that little nigga, he the leader. You hear me? And for that I give a ashe. I said that I poured some water up. Man, I already made libations this morning, bro. And I'm gonna make libations again. I make libations before I piss in the morning. Now you don't gotta question me about none of my ancestral activity. That's beyond question. Ask me, do I pour a libation or did I do this? Man, come on, my nigga. You asking the wrong one. But what I'm saying, I just bought this before I came on here. And I'm not gonna finish it until I pour out the libation. Because this water even better than the water that I gave them already. So I'm gonna pour a libation on that one and get them some more. I double up on my shit. I pour a libation for I pour a libation for my mama's mama, my daddy's mama, they mama's mamas, and they mama's mamas and daddies, right? My cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my sister, my nephew. I got a nephew, he passed away very young. My cousin got a son that passed away every day. 3 to 4 times a day I'm burning ancestor money. My neighbors from my childhood home that have passed. My homeboys that didn't pass. My teachers that had a positive influence on me. I give it up for them. My cousins, husbands and wives. Even if they was a piece of shit, I still pour a fucking libation for them. People that came across my life that not only slandered me, but may have slandered my mother or my father or all three of them. I still pour a libation for their ass. And not because I have to, because it's the right thing to do. And that's what gives me that ashe. And that's called carrying a sense of Iwa Pele. And a lot of people don't gotta, they don't have that in them. It gotta be in you, not on you. You hear me? And that's what's missing from the people here in the New World of North America. And we in a new paradigm. And for those who've been following me, I told y'all last before the Epstein files, before they fucking hung Jeff Epstein and all that bullshit. I told y'all the darkness gotta leave off this fucking planet. It's time for that shit to go. Didn't I tell y'all that? Look at all the shit that been happening since I said that shit. That's called that's words of power. I exhibit words of power to you guys. And that's something we're going to talk about at the seminar too. So y'all come on out to the seminar, man. This shit is not a game. It's not a game, man. Some people think it's, I don't know. Just because you don't take yourself serious don't mean that this shit not serious. Right? I just seen that religious zealot. He just spent the block again. I seen your ass, man. I know you got a new profile. And that's okay. You must have dreamt about your grandmama last night. She showed you. Come on in here and get that testimony, nigga. I seen you. That shit spooks you, didn't it? I know she popped up on your ass. I know it. And I seen you come in the room and leave out, nigga. It just said it. TikTok be snitching on your ass. When y'all come in here and go, just go tell me. But his ass had a little nightmare or something happened. Something happened to his little old Jesus freak ass. Grandma popped up on him and smacked him upside the head with a frying pan. I know something like that happened. Woke up boo-hooing and crying, nigga. Like, oh my God, that nigga the devil. He put some type of spell on me. No, I didn't, nigga. I ain't do shit to you. That's your own people doing it to you. And we fuck around and get a ass offerings anyway. My mama cut that steak up and still give your grandmama a piece, even though you a piece of shit. They pray for this time. They chanted for this time. They beat the drum for our liberation. You know how much blood was spilled for the liberation of your mind just in the past 100 years? You know how many people prematurely checked up out of here because of these malefic ass baloney men trying to take our territory, not our land, our territory from us. This is the land of Gonquia. This is not fucking America. You want to say America, Tamaray, Tamerica, or whatever, you can say that. Because we call this shit Gonquia, the land of the frogs. That's the original name. And you got a real pertinent connection to the frogs. They don't want you to know that. Why you think they put the frog on the Kellogg's box? Remember when you was little, dig 'em smacks? Like, what the fuck a frog got to do with that shit? Kermit the Frog? See how they keep putting the frog in front of you? They got to. Remember Frogger? Remember the meme with the frog face? That shit flying over some people's head. It's flying over your head. Frog is that's a medicine totem. The Bufo alvarius frog, where you get the DMT. That's the only place where you can get DMT from naturally. And it'll connect the molecular or the gaps in the molecular bonds in your brain. It fill all of them shits in when you take some Bufo alvarius. Then you got another frog called the Cambo, right? The Cambo toad. And they administer that medicine into your bloodstream. It clean out your blood. These are medicine totems. Shouts out to Ragu. They don't want you to know about this. Mike Tyson took the Bufo alvarius. Why you think Mike Tyson on one? That brother's spiritually enlightened and aligned with his oversoul. You see out there propagating for people to stop eating processed food. You guys need to stop eating that processed shit. And food isn't any good for you. Mike, you the champion. You the greatest of all time. No, I'm not. I'm a piece of shit. I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I don't even like that guy any longer. I'm not him. I am someone different. I'm no one. I'm nothing. There is no fucking legacy. That's some bullshit. You die and then that's it. Hopefully someone remembers you, but no one's going to fucking remember you. You're going now. They got life to live. It's hard out here. Exactly, Amir. You start off as a tadpole. And you got gills until they take you out your egg. Right? And then they fill up your lungs with the oxygen. You hear me? Your your gills get inflated and turned into lungs. You got webs between your fingers. See that? Those are webs. Shit right in front of your face the whole time. That's an ancestor. When you start, that's why I be telling y'all the ancestors don't start until 2048 pair of great grandparents. Everybody on the other end of that threshold, those are the children of the ancestors. And your ancestors are not exclusively human or Homo sapien. You got sea creatures that are your ancestors. Some people can't accept that because they don't think that they don't know that they're a soul. They don't even think that they're a soul. They have no solar standing. That's what I just started introducing that in the S seminar. That's what I see. We ain't talked about solar standing. Ain't talked about it like that on here. Not on TikTok. This is the type of stuff you hear at the events. Because I'm not going to run out of information. That's the whole thing. I'm not going to run out of content. I'm not going to run out of things to cover and to talk about. My pops is like, damn, Ali. Hey, Bobby, you be giving out way too much information, man. Say some of that shit for the event. I said, Pops, I'm on the eternal frequency. It's not running out, man. I got to give people all I got leading up to the event. Because everything that I'm going to say at the event, I ain't saying one thing about that shit. I still got that shit tucked in the pocket. I had that shit tucked in the pocket when I started promoting it last year. I got that shit tucked. I ain't got to talk about that. You hear me? But I give y'all at least, shit, how long we done been on here now, loved one? 4 hours? People come in here, hey, what's the topic? Ain't no topic. We ask a question. It's quite Q&A with Dr.Ré. I've been on here 5 hours. Thank you, Shamari. 5 hours we done been on here. I'm not coming from a limited space. That's what mortals do. You will hear some people for 2 or 3 months and then they disappear. They ain't got shit to talk about. They done ran out of content. They not in alignment with you. I am. That's why when we started off, I started going about telling y'all about time for the percolator and you know, Mr. Magic and fucking Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, EPMD. You know what I mean? The Soul Sonic Soul Force. Play at your own risk. Planet Rock. Africa Bambaataa. Right? We went through the progression of the whole mix. Just to show you guys that, hey, I had to incarnate and go through the same shit that you went through. I done did everything that you done did, except smoke some crack. I ain't never did that before. I got to get that disclaimer. I ain't never did that before. But I done did everything you niggas did. Somebody had to be sent to you in that mannerism so that they could communicate to you in a way where you cannot say that you haven't been told. Because many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. You hear me? Any other questions? We got any other questions out there? That's what made me get off the live. People don't have no questions. And shouts out to my century, AP. AP tell you, like, hey, Doc, whether they want to admit it or not, people come to your lives, they leave with more answers than they got questions. But when they leave these other people's lives, they got more questions than they got answers. You gonna leave this motherfucker with some answers like, damn, this nigga sure did fill me up. And the people will tell you, all of the new people that's been coming in, like, yo, man, they come back. I forgot the brother name. He took my advice about his ancestors in the altar. That shit working for your ass. You see how fast that shit work? I got one of my students, Dejan. Shouts out to Soul 7656. That's what I'm gonna just call him. That brother ain't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. Look at his ass now. Look at him now. There we go. I don't know if this is that 56969. Yeah, you use that shit right away. See how quick that shit work? Please, man. I told you I'm here to wake up that lion in you. Imagine what happened when you get hit with this staff and you start doing some of the other shit that you could get to ask me in person. Because see, then TikTok can't ban my fucking event. You hear me? They can't shadow ban me from being at an event. They can't interrupt that shit. So when you see me in person and I get to talk to you, and then y'all ancestors and your dearly departed, they be there. You know what I'm saying? They be there. That gives them access through my altar. The second you purchase a ticket, they get to come through my. If they don't got no gateway to get into this dimension, my mama let them use the altar, and they be right there at the seminar with your ass. A lot of y'all don't know that, but they be right there with your ass. Dry snitching on you half the damn time. Right? They be telling me all type of shit that y'all don't even know that I know. I just don't even, like, that ain't my place. I'm not a psychic spy. Like some of these tarot readers, they're spying on you. That's not cool. If they telling you shit that you never told nobody, just because they could tell you some shit you ain't never told nobody, that don't make them psychic. That means that they spying on you. Now, if they tell you some shit like, now next Friday at 7 o'clock a.m., don't go down that one street that you always go down. Go the opposite way. And you're going to run into this sister. Her name is so-and-so. That's giving somebody a psychic reading. If they're not doing no shit like that, they're spying on your ass. And they telling you shit you already know. You just ain't told nobody. You hear me? They not doing like my beloved brother Congo. Shouts out to Congo Real. And shouts out to Banabanda Salazanda. Right? Those people come, I want to say Salazadanda comes from three generations of practitioners. I know Congo come from 7 lines on his mama and his daddy side. You stand before Congo, nigga, he could see your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your granddaddy. He could tell you the pet name they called your ass. You hear me? He could tell you the intimate conversation. You can see him. And he can't turn that shit off. He was born that way. And one of my students was like, hey, man, do you teach people how to do that? He's like, nigga, I didn't learn how to do this. Like, how do you know how to do it then? Like, nigga, I was born this way. So imagine if you pouring your libations, making your venerations, doing your prayers, your meditations, incorporating rituals into your life on a consistent basis, year in and year out. And then you start having children. And you raise your children to conduct themselves in that same manner. And then they have children and show them how to conduct themselves in that same manner. Man, you're going to have the fucking X-Men in your family in 3 generations. Everybody in your family going to have superpowers. What they're referring to be superpowers. But they're going to have solar standing. Operating on a celestial level. Genetically. That's what they don't want you to obtain. They're trying to replace the sisters. Shouts out to my sisters. I love me some women. I love my women. But y'all done allowed yourself to be manipulated by the baloney man. He didn't manipulate you and weaponize you against your own men.